All right, as my opponent was pointing out, with the eye drops of deadly solution and the peeling away skin and dripping corrosive chemicals on them, those are commonly known as the Frazee and the LD50 test, which I once again am going to state are banned and outlawed in the United States and most of Europe. Yes, these are horribly cruel tests, and people have found out and been rightfully outraged by these tests, causing their subsequent banning. All right. The second was that they were saying that you need to inject them for cosmetics, which once again it isn't, and the physiological variety in animals has almost nothing to do with their physiological traits. In my research, I came across no tests for cosmetics that involved injecting them in any way, shoving food down their throat, or using any sort of horribly cruel testing on these animals, other than the Frazee and the LD50. My opponents have also stated that they're not very accurate, but I'd like to point out that they say that animals are not reliable to use for human testing, so why would something farther than an animal from a human be any more reliable? Yes, there could be some benefits to doing these, but the animals seem to have a better correlation with humans. The best point that they brought up was that capillaries and blood vessels, there are differences between the skin types in smaller mammals such as rabbits or rats. However, at least they do have blood vessels that you can test. It's much better to have something than to have nothing at all. Finally, I'd like to point out why should we bother putting in legislature and paying people to ban this if it's essentially reducing itself? More of these very cruel tests are being banned by the people, and it's becoming more and more effective to use information sources that are already available to just avoid these ingredients altogether. I'd like to point out that their policy is also affecting imports. Because the U.S. has no control over what the other countries have with their animal testing, this would severely decrease all imports brought in from other countries that have to do with cosmetics. This would be a major economic hamper in these very grim times. Finally, my last 2 points is I'd like to point out that my opponents are pointing out all these horrible effects, and they're giving you a relatively accurate description of what happens for the very severe tests. However, they overlook the times when nothing happens. This would be very, I guess, undramatic, but in a lot of situations, there is mild irritation or nothing at all that's going on, in which case these different products are proven safe. Finally, I'd like to question my opponent Fiona's sources, especially the one that her own source said my best guess would be. She admitted that she has no hard data. Her sources' names are questionable, especially the Clearly Known Corporation, and I have no idea when this data was given. Because there's been quite a bit of reform throughout these years when that cruelty to animals has been brought to light, the slightly out-of-date data could definitely be incorrect or faulty. Thank you.